Folks, where do you want to be? Far away from God when there's an issue that comes up, or close to God when an issue comes up? Well, let's take a look at our readings for today. They address this very issue. In our first reading from Jeremiah says, hey folks, you are far away from God if you are listening to false prophets. If you're listening to those religious leaders who are saying one thing, like they're following God, but their lives, they're not following God at all. And he says, don't listen to those false prophets. In our Hebrews reading, we've got some folks there who chose to follow the Lord in difficult circumstances. So you'll see people there like Abraham and Moses and Jacob and Joseph and others who under difficult circumstances, they decided to follow the Lord and His Word. And in that way, they remained near to God. And then we get into our Luke reading. In our Luke reading, Jesus talks about division. There is divisiveness in our culture today, and he says it's not only just between people, it's even in families. Where do we want to be when our families are divided? Do we want to be far away from God when there's an issue that divides families? Or do we want to be close to God when there's an issue that comes up in families? How do we tell? We tell when we look at the issue and then we see what Scripture says about that issue. When we're following what Scripture says, that's how we can be close to God. We're close to God when we're following what Scripture says.